still. And Bobby Brown about to go get Paul McCartney. I'm rich. I'm Muhammad Ali. I talk. I'm James Brown about to tear down this. I'm Michael Jackson. Them bad bag gon' get. What you mean?
Hello, everybody.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They go play action. Kaiser. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Myles Jack in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And, look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he...
The pressure gets to him again. Myles Jack in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
No, check, Patriot!
first down. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit.
They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it's third down. They'll set up a throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So now it's first and goal. First carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use Fortnite.
Kaiser hit, and he lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. Whoosh. And now running right through it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinch the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. The gun. They'll look to throw. Steps away to it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how
and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Jack in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Kizer now. And he's going to go down again. Myles Jack bringing the pressure again, and that is his third sack here tonight.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Play fake. Kizer. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Jack in there again. My goodness, that is now his fourth sack tonight.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously...
Here's Brad Wing now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. O.J. Howard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Kizer now on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. They needed 19, and that's precisely what they got. And by the length of a football, it's a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Man open left side, it's Williams. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1 run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Myles Jack in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Watch it now, Barney. Back down, Philly. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 46 yards. And that catch puts him past the great Jerry Rice. For the most receiving yards in a single season, he's now up over 1,848.
At one point, we called Jerry Rice Flash. How about the dash we saw here today? The dash towards his record and past it. What a tremendous achievement. And how much fun is it for us to be here to witness it?
It's a pinch-me moment for us. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Robert Nkemdiche. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be...
Bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Kaiser now to throw on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down, Kaiser. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Here's Kaiser. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They hustle to the line offensively. Kaiser urging them to move faster. Now a second down throw for Kaiser. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Now, Jack, Patriot!
They'll throw now on the final play. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Vikings are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Packers won't panic either. They know they just need to take it 1 play at a time. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. 3rd down from the 26. The pass out of the gun will be completed. And he'll make it all the way down to the 4-yard line before being tackled. Vikings now later on the drive. They'll go to the ground here. And he caps off the 6-play drive with a score. As they get out to a 7-0 lead. Vikings with the ball late in the first. Under duress, and the pass is picked off. Packers defense happy to get off the field. Vikings with the ball early in the second. Howard's wide open here on the catch, and he'll be brought down after getting to the 22. Later on the drive, the quick pass and completion is made, and 22 yards later, he's going in for the score. As they move out in front, 14-0. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Time to get you back up to Minneapolis as we rejoin Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Hurry up, here we go. Leopard. Watch it now, Barney.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
All right, now, look at 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Second down now after the incompletion. He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Ryan Glasgow in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Looking to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Anthony Barr. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go.
They run it with McKinnon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer. Right now from all the work he's getting.
They run it again with Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is going to be Packer football. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 61 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. On second down, Kamara. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hurry up, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left. And his throw is incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll go down at the 28. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So a collective holding a breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And they will hand things over to their backup quarterback. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
11 more on that one, and another first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. O.J. Howard with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Again, it's Kaiser. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Kaiser on 1st down. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll throw here. Kaiser. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They're going to look to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On third down, Kaiser. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Now let's go. All right, now look at 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.